Hello, baseball fans. Well, this is it. We're down to the final week of the season. Yes, the long marathon is almost over. 7 days left. It's going to be an interesting final week. There's still a lot to decide. But without further ado, here's a look at the picture entering this final week, beginning with the American League. Well, it's amazing. There's a week left, and yet only two teams have clinched spots in the American League. The Yankees and the Cleveland Guardians. And of course, the Guardians won the American League Central this past weekend. And the Yankees, we clinched a postseason spot a few days before Cleveland did. Now, as for everything else, the Yankees are this close to winning the American League East. Our magic number to do just that is 1. And we play the Orioles next. All you have to do is beat the Orioles just once, and that's it. We'll win the East. And then there's the American League West. Remember when the Astros sucked? Good times. Now they're one win away from winning the West. Ain't that a bitch? But yeah, Houston's magic number to win the American League West is down to 2. And they play Seattle next. All they have to do, beat Seattle, and they've got it. So yeah, so that's pretty much what's going on in the division races. Like I said, the Central's over, and well, so the East and West, they're pretty much sewn up. Now the wild card, that's another story. So there's a change in the guard in the American League wild card race. The Detroit Tigers have finally moved past the playoff line. They've had a hell of a stretch in the last month or so, and now they capitalized on the Twins' losses, and they are tied with the slumping Royals. Royals have lost 7 in a row. So really, there's a chance Detroit could actually move up to the second wild card position, which is not a home field position, but they'd avoid facing a division winner in the wild card series. Of course, number 5 will probably most likely play whoever finishes as the runner-up in the American League East, and that will most likely be Baltimore. The Orioles are still slipping, losing games. So yeah, Baltimore, Kansas City, and Detroit are the teams above the line. Minnesota is 1 game behind. Seattle is 2 games behind. Their outside shot at the division is dead, but at least they have a kind of legit shot at the wild card. Red Sox and Rays, they can forget it. Yeah, they can forget it. Their season's going to be done. And as for the Rays, they need to fire their manager because they'll miss the playoffs for the first time in 6 years. And this is, 4 years after they won the pennant. Yes, it was the shortened COVID year, but a pennant's a pennant. And they are really, really falling off. So that's the American League. Now for the National League. The National League really thinned out their numbers during the past week, and we saw 3 teams clinch spots. The 3 division leaders, the Phillies, Brewers, and Dodgers got in. Now the Brewers were actually the first overall team to make it. They clinched the National League Central on a day when the Cubs lost, and that's all they needed. And the Phillies and Dodgers joined the party, but they haven't clinched their divisions quite yet. Phillies' magic number for that is still stuck at 1 because they've lost a couple games to the Mets. And the Dodgers actually have the largest division magic number at this point. Their magic number is 4. Now, they have a series against San Diego coming right up. So all they got to do is beat the Padres twice, and they've got it. So yeah, so that's pretty much how that's going regarding the divisional race. Now, the wild card race isn't as plentiful as the American League's wild card race, but it does have its interesting stories. Yep, folks, that's all. Padres, Mets, Diamondbacks, Braves. That is all that is left in this in this wild card race, because pretty much because everybody else is eliminated. Everybody else is done. So the Braves are the only team left that's behind the playoff line, and the Padres pretty much got this sewed up. Their magic number to get in is 1, so they're going to get it. So it's basically the Mets, Diamondbacks, and Braves. Of course, Diamondbacks are defending their pennant, and their magic number I think it's 5 to get in. I think so is the Mets. The Mets have a magic number of 5. Now here's the thing. This is where it gets interesting. Mets and Braves play each other in a 3-game series starting Tuesday. So yeah, if they sweep the series, which is a stretch considering they're in Atlanta. If they sweep the series, they'll get in. The season series is tied at 5-5. So actually, now to think about it, if they win the next 2, that'll bring the Mets magic number down to 1. And if you add the head-to-head series clinch, yeah, that'll do it. All they gotta do is win 2 out of 3. They've got it. So, yeah, the Mets, even with all the problems and the drama and this whole thing with Pete Alonso, and they've had some losing skids, but they can get in. All they gotta do is beat the Braves 2 out of 3, and they've got it. So, it's gonna be a pretty interesting final week. I just know it. I'm here for it, and I'm just ready to see what should be a very good end. So, that is my recap of the postseason race. It's a look at how everything looks with the final week left. If you like this video, click the like button. If you're on YouTube, click subscribe if you want more. If you're on TikTok, feel free to hit that follow button. My story about the pennant races will be featured. Check it out when you can, and I'll be back in a few days to recap Week 3 of the NFL season. And this time next week, I'm going to get you baseball fans ready for the postseason because the bracket will be complete. So stay tuned.